The following is a production of the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network. Ottumwa Bulldog basketball is on the air here on your news and information leader, 1240 AM and 102.7 FM KBIZ. Our coverage of Bulldog basketball is made possible thanks to these sponsors. Mark and the team at Champion Bowl in Ottumwa. By Cole Palace Cafe and Books. By Community First Credit Union. By Shannon and the team at Dixon's Floors and More. By Family First Chiropractic. By Lisco of Fairfield. By Josh, Brenda, and the team at Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home. By Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse. By Ottumwa Community Schools, where we engage, educate, and empower every student every day. By Ottumwa Regional Health Center. By Dr. Dwayne Petrito and the team at Petrito Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. By River Community Credit Union, where everybody knows your name. By River Hills Community Health Center. By Slayton Polaris. And by Sonic Drive-In, North 63 in Ottumwa. Now, let's get you to the court with the voice of your Ottumwa Bulldogs, Jason Van Arkel.
Ottumwa High Basketball is live on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network. Welcome to Evans Middle School, where we have one final game before the holiday break. Girls Hoops is on the docket as the Ottumwa Bulldogs vie for their first win of the season versus the Fort Madison Lady Hounds. We're delighted to have you with us. I'm Ellis Kojo. Annie Argo joins us here as our on-site producer, while Brendan is handling things on the radio side back at our headquarters on East Main Street. We'll take our first break, and when we return, we'll take a look at an Ottumwa squad that is experiencing its own share of growing pains so far this season. We'll be back after a 60-second timeout. You're listening to Bulldog Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrito Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrito Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa's getting set to wrap up the 2020 calendar year with a non-conference matchup. Opposing the Bulldogs is the Fort Madison Lady Hounds. Welcome back to Evans Middle School for one final game before the 2020 calendar year comes to an end. Ottumwa checks in tonight with a record of 0-3 this past Tuesday. The Bulldogs traveled to Grinnell to take on the Tigers, who are ranked number 9 in the entire state of Iowa in Class 4A. After briefly taking the lead in the first quarter, Ottumwa was quickly overwhelmed by a Grinnell squad that showed how good they are. Addison Ransom scored 9 points to lead the Bulldogs, but Ottumwa fell to Grinnell by the final score of 83-24. Ottumwa has been steady in recent history of 4 straight seasons with a winning record. However, with so much talent lost via graduations, the Bulldogs have found it difficult to find their footing. However, during this season, there is no guarantee with how many games will be played, and there has to be a sense of gratefulness to take the court no matter what the circumstances are. And we look forward to having a great game here tonight. Up next, we'll shift our focus to Fort Madison. The Lady Hounds are looking to keep their good start to the season going tonight. You're listening to Ottumwa Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network. We'll be back in 90 seconds.
Keeping you, your families, and your businesses connected in these challenging times is now more important than ever. We here at Lisco are dedicated to continue providing the same local customer service we have over the years. Both your business and home internet and phone service is Lisco's priority. Lisco, your local communications provider. Call me, Megan Daly, at 641-209-5400, 641-209-5400, or visit online at www.lisco.com.
Hi, I'm Rick Johnson, CEO of River Hills Community Health Center, where we've been growing healthy communities for the past 20 years in Ottumwa, Centerville, Richland, and Sigourney. We recently made some modifications, but we are now back to normal with safety and precaution in mind. All of our clinic locations are open and have returned to regular hours. Appointments are being accepted in all clinics, so call for your appointment today. Remember, River Hills Community Health Center. Diversified services, exceptional health care.
At See First, we believe our members deserve financial solutions unlike any other, where the people make you feel appreciated, where you can find the right tools and products at the right price, where high-tech solutions provide serious convenience, not frustration, and where members are so happy they tell their friends. Thank you, See First members. Together really is better.
You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
We're getting closer to the tip-off of tonight's game between Ottumwa and Fort Madison. Thank you for joining us this evening for our final game before the holiday break. Fort Madison has a record of 4-1, and they have won their last three, including a 54-43 win over Keokuk last night. The Lady Hounds are led by junior Mallory Ross, who is scoring 23 points a game. A strength of Fort Madison is their ability to take care of the basketball. If your team commits less than 10 turnovers a game, that's a great number to aim for. However, the Lady Hounds average 8.6 turnovers a game. That is a phenomenal number for a high school basketball team. Number of turnovers that Ottumwa can force could play a huge role on who wins tonight. Now for tonight's starting lineups. First for Fort Madison, 4-1 on the season with a record of 4-1, and their head coach is Tony Sargent. And their lineup looks like this. Nadia Boating, Mallory Ross, a 5'3" junior. Molly Knipe, a 5'7" sophomore. Camille Cruzy, a 5'8" sophomore. And Brandy Walker, a 5'10" senior. And now for Ottumwa, with a record of 0-3, their head coach is Kevin Patterson. Olivia Corum, a 5'5" sophomore. Isabel Mellon, a 5'5" senior. Addison Ransom, a 5'10" junior. Chloe Schleckenloth, a 5'8" senior. And Ann Guest, a 5'11" senior. Let's step away from the national anthem when we come back to tip-off between Ottumwa and Fort Madison on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Wondering what to have for lunch or supper? Stop in and see Mike and his team at Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse. Whether you want amazing Greek food, pasta, salads, sandwiches, fish, chicken, steak, or the best pizza in town, they have what you want. They are always open for carryout, and their full menu is available at mikespizzasteakhouse.com. Thank you, Southern Iowa, for making Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse your favorite restaurant and your favorite pizza place. Proud to support the Ottumwa Bulldogs.
At Dixon's Floors & More, we don't mind being different, as long as the difference is better. With hundreds of brands to choose from, including the largest manufacturers in the industry, we transform the volume of products we carry into lower prices for you. Don't start your project without starting at Dixon's Floors & More.
Mention you saw this video and receive 5% off your entire purchase at Dixon's Floors & More in Ottumwa.
Keeping you, your families, and your businesses connected in these challenging times is now more important than ever. We here at Let's Go are dedicated to continue providing the same local customer service we have over the years. Both your business and home internet and phone service is Let's Go's priority. Let's Go, your local communications provider. Call me, Megan Daly, at 641-209-5400, 641-209-5400, or visit online at www.letsgo.com.
River Community Credit Union is different from other financial institutions. From the safety of your money to who actually owns a credit union. A credit union is a democratic, member-owned cooperative. When you join a credit union, you're more than a member. You're an owner, which means you have a say in how your credit union is run. They provide the same products and services as other financial institutions, but are not-for-profit and exist to help people, not to make a profit.
River Community Credit Union, where everybody knows your name.
You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
And welcome back to Evans Middle School, where the national anthem has just been sung. Getting set for the opening tip between Fort Madison and Ottumwa on this Saturday night before the holiday break. The last game of the 2020 calendar year, Fort Madison 4-1, Ottumwa 0-3, and colors being marched off the court and now taken off the court. And a nice round of applause for the ROTC members that brought the colors onto the court. So Ottumwa looking for the first win of the season, dressed in white. Here at Evans Middle Schools, the referees give each other an elbow bump before we get started. They'll be up against a pretty good Fort Madison squad, 4-1 on the year, and the head coach is one of the better coaches in Southeast Iowa, Tony Sargent, longtime head coach of Central Lee, led them to a lot of wins, and was unceremoniously let go by Central Lee 2 years ago, became the coach of Fort Madison, took over a one-win squad, and has had them steadily improving every year since. It'll be Walker and Guest to jump at the center circle. Fort Madison versus Ottumwa set to get it on here on this Saturday night, and the tip is controlled by Guest and Ottumwa. Wearing white, shooting to the basket to our left. Bringing it up as Schleckenloth, and she takes it to the right side. Now being guarded by Boating on the switch. Cross-court pass now into the left corner for Corum, who is being faced up by Walker. Guess at the top of the circle, dumps it off to Schleckenloth. Fort Madison playing a 2-3 zone, a loose pass and a loose ball, and now a jump ball. Ball was pinballing around the top of the key, and there was a tie-up, and the ball goes to Fort Madison on the alternating possession arrow. Just getting started from here in Ottumwa. Fort Madison, their first possession, wearing black, shooting to the basket to our right. Ottumwa playing man-to-man. Going right to the hoop and taking it for the first deuce of the game is Brandy Walker, 5'10" senior, making it 2-0. 45 seconds gone from the ball game. Ottumwa looking for their first points of the night. Schleckenloth directing traffic on the high right, now taking it back to the middle of the court. Zigzagging back to the right end of the court. It's just been Schleckenloth touching the ball so far on this possession. She picks up her dribble, deals it over to to Mellon. Now a pass to Guest in the high post gets knocked away. Fort Madison comes away with the steal. Mallory Ross drives to the layup and lays it in. And Mallory Ross leads Fort Madison in scoring at 23 points a game. Someone's going to have to try to slow her down. Guest at the top of the circle to Mellon on the left wing. Looks into the teeth of that 2-3 zone. Now back to the top of the key. Three-pointer on the way. It's off the mark. That was from Ransom. Back comes Fort Madison looking to run up 4-0. Ross looked like she might have carried, but we play on. She missed the layup. Brandy Walker with the offensive rebound. Can't get the putback to go. And there for the rebound is Corum, who almost traveled herself. Didn't decide whether to pass or dribble, but fortunately she didn't drag that pivot foot. Ottumwa trailing 4-0, 6:10 remaining first quarter. Guest in the post, surrounded by Lady Bloodhounds, but misses the shot. Rebound got tipped out of bounds off a Fort Madison player, and possession goes to Ottumwa. Schleckenloth inbounding underneath the Bulldog basket to Corum. Mellon on the left wing. Cross court for Schleckenloth. Tees up a three. It's off the mark. Rebound on the weak side, pulled down by Cruzy. Camille Cruzy, a 5'8" sophomore, zooms into the front court, being guarded by Guest, drives around Guest, misses the shot as she was driving to the bucket, but she was fouled. Foul's called on Ann Guest. That is her first. That's the first foul of the game. So now at the line to shoot two is Camille Cruzy, a 5'8" sophomore, and she knocks down the first free throw. Cruzy leads Fort Madison in assists, dishing 3.5 a game. And she makes it 2 for 2. 6-0 Fort Madison. 5:43 remaining in the first quarter. Ottumwa still looking for their first points of the night. Schleckenloth walks into the front court, faces a double team, dumps it off to Guest at the top of the circle. Now in the high post, that's Ransom, puts it down with the left hand. Now gives it up to Mellon, cross court for Schleckenloth in the right corner. And nice close out there by Walker to prevent Schleckenloth from getting up a shot. Cross court again, this time for Corum. Dumps it off to Mellon, left wing three is no good. And rebounds pulled down by Knipe of Fort Madison. One and done so far for Ottumwa, as Fort Madison's doing a good job boxing him off the defensive glass. A runner from the right of the lane is no good from Knipe. Ball out of bounds to Ottumwa. And with 5:49 remaining in the first quarter, the Bulldogs get the ball back. Ottumwa has had trouble scoring so far this year, averaging just under 25 points a contest. And there's a turnover as Schleckenloth threw it right into the arms of Knipe, who was, or Knipe I should say, who was waiting in the paint. A bump to the right of the lane called against Schleckenloth. Some might call that a nickel dimer. It's the first foul on Schleckenloth. Second team foul against Ottumwa. Head coach Kevin Patterson wants to have a bit of a conversation with the referee that made that call. First substitution of the game, Ireland Sargent comes in for Fort Madison, replacing Boding. Inbound pass is stolen away by Mellon. Good defense by Mellon as she brings it back out for Ottumwa. Down 6-0, 4:37 remaining in the first quarter. Guess at the top of the circle, puts it on the deck with the left hand. Drops to the lane. She was fouled. Missed the shot, but two free throws coming up for Ann Guest. Foul called on Cruzy. That's her first. So Ann Guest looks to get Ottumwa on the board for the first time tonight. And Guest knocks down the first free throw. Guest, one of the better free throw shooters for Ottumwa. Now 10 of 15 on the season. So Ottumwa on the board 6-1, and Guest with one more free throw. That goes off the front of the rim. Rebound reeled in by Fort Madison. Ottumwa playing man-to-man on the defensive end. Down 6-1 with 4:17 remaining in the first quarter. Thought they could have called a travel there on the drive by Ross. Instead, bigger part now, Sargent on the drive. And the foul's called on Schleckenloth. That is her second, so a bit of early foul trouble for head coach Kevin Patterson. And immediately popping off the bench is Lemons to check in. Sargent misses the first free throw. Lemons as well as Van Manen in the game for Ottumwa. Schleckenloth and Ransom take a seat for the Bulldogs. Sargent splits the trip. 1 of 2 from the free throw line. It's 7-1 Fort Madison as we approach the halfway point of the first quarter. Van Manen spinning as she takes it to the left wing and now picks up her dribble. Fort Madison still playing a zone. Looks like it's 3-2 now. Mellon at the top of the key. Dribbles with the left hand, picks it up. Guest dumps it into the post. Lemons strong with the shot. Offensive rebound by Guest. Her putback won't go, and the rebound is cleared by Cruzy. A whistle and a carry is called against Cruzy in the backcourt, and Ottumwa gets it back on the turnover. Fort Madison 7, Ottumwa 1, with 3:46 remaining in the first stanza. Mellon inbounds to Van Manen. Lemons looks over to defense as she deals it to the left side to Mellon. A standstill three by Mellon's no good. Offensive rebound by Lemons. Jump ball. Lemons, along with two other Lady Hounds, got tied up. And the possession arrow goes to Ottumwa. Inbound pass comes into Mellon on the right wing. Kicks it up to the top of the key to Lemons. Now deals it into Guest in the post. Turnaround jumpers, well, actually she lost it, but I think they'll say that's a shooting foul, and another foul called against Fort Madison. That is Sargent. Good job by the 5'11 Guest, posting up the 5'2 Sargent. And Guest ends up drawing the foul to shoot two. First free throw by Guest is off the front of the rim. Guest now 1 of 3 from the foul line. She has the only point for Ottumwa thus far. It's 7-1 Fort Madison, 3:29 remaining in the opening quarter. Second free throw by Guest, and she knocks it down. 7-2 is the Fort Madison lead. Ross brings it into the front court, leading Fort Madison with 23 points a game. C on the right side, nice cutoff on the dribble. That was good defense by Corum, cutting off the drive. C again in the right baseline. Active hands by Corum. Now to the basket, a floater by Ross, left it short, rebound by Sargent. A three from the right side is no good. Loose ball is pulled down by Guest, and she was bumped from behind by Cruzy, who missed the three. That'll be a foul on Cruzy. That's her second. And I imagine Nadia Boding, who just popped off the bench, is coming in for Cruzy, and she is. So Cruzy sits with 2 fouls. Ottumwa down just by 5, 7-2, with 3 minutes straight up left to go in the opening quarter. Guest to the left of the key. Floats a pass to Van Man, and went through her hands, but she was able to recover before it went out of bounds. Lemons to Guest in the high post. Drives to the paint. Takes a shot, won't go. Lemons with the offensive board. Another jump ball. Another tie-up between Lemons and Sargent. And this time the possession arrow favors Fort Madison. Ransom back into the game, replacing Guest, who has done some good work in the post. She'll sit down to take a breather. 7-2 Fort Madison is our score, with 2:40 remaining in the opening quarter. Ross deals it on the right side to C. Now a pass to no one in particular, and C, and it was probably a mixed communication between C and Walker. Ball goes out of bounds to Ottumwa, so an unforced error against Fort Madison gives Ottumwa another possession. We talked about turnovers. Fort Madison, atypical of them. They usually don't turn it over often, just 8.6 a contest. 7-2, Ottumwa trails. Ransom hands it off to Mellon on the right wing. Dribbles to the top of the circle, a bounce pass to Lemon. Now a pass is Ransom in the post. Got fouled by C, who reached in, and Ottumwa's doing a good job establishing post presence. Oh, they called a foul on Sargent instead, and that is her second. So now Addison Ransom will shoot 2. Ransom, a 5'10 junior. And she gets the roll on the first. That hit the back of the rim, then dropped clean on through for her first point of the night. Ransom leading Ottumwa in scoring at 7 points a game. As I said, though, Bulldogs have had trouble putting the ball into the basket this year, averaging just under 25 points a contest. Ransom misses the second. Lemons could have been called for an over-the-back call, but Knight gets the rebound anyway for Fort Madison, and the Lady Hounds bring it back up by 4. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Boding with the ball fake, picks up her dribble right of the lane, gives up to C. She picks up her dribble. Ottumwa bench clapping, imploring their defense, and a travel violation will be called on Walker, who is driving on Lemons. Lemons kind of backed up at the last minute, kind of like pulling the carpet out from Walker, who was expecting contact from Lemons, but with nothing but air there, she traveled instead. 7-3 Fort Madison, a minute 44 remaining, first quarter. Van Manen on the right side, puts it on the deck, and gives it up to Ransom. Looks inside the Lemons instead. tried to deal it over to Mellon. Could have been called for a double dribble as she dropped it and then dribbled again. No call. Ransom misses from inside. Ball pinballs around, and it's taken back by Ross of Fort Madison. Up ahead to C, and she misses the layup on the other end. Lemons clears for Ottumwa. A minute 15 left to go in the first quarter. Ottumwa trailing 7-3. Ransom tried to split a double team to the left of the lane, and she was fouled. This time it's called against Delaney C. That's her first. Already 5 team fouls against Fort Madison. A 30-second timeout called by Fort Madison. So we'll step away for 30 seconds with a minute 13 left to go in the first quarter. It's 7-3 Fort Madison on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Welcome back to Ottumwa, where the Bulldogs trail Fort Madison 7-3 with a minute 8 remaining in the first quarter. A bad pass to the feet of Ransom from Van Manen, and it's a turnover, giving it back to Fort Madison. So now the Lady Hounds will look to build on their 4-point lead. Walker driving baseline, slips between 2 defenders and lays it in. Perhaps you could have called a travel there as well, but Walker gets the deuce to make it 9-3 Fort Madison. Now Mellon in the left corner, case across court. Quorum got her baseline drive cut off. Ransom, top of the key 3 off the side of the rim, and a rebound pinballs into the hands of Walker. Up ahead for Ross, working on Quorum. Beg your pardon, now it's Ransom. She got the contact and the hoop, and she'll look to complete the 3-point play. Mallory Ross. That's a first foul on Ransom. And Ross completes the 3-point play. She now has 5 here in the first quarter. It's 12-3 Fort Madison. 25 seconds left in the opening quarter. Mellon with a bounce pass to Ransom to the right, left of the key. Now at the top of the circle, Van Manen. Ran into Lemons, but was able to keep hold of the ball. Now Quorum in the left corner. Top of the key, Mellon. To Lemons in the post. In between defenders, and a jump ball is called. Knipe reached in, grabbed the ball to tie up Lemons. The possession arrow goes to, appears that Ottumwa has the possession arrow. Referee, I mean, the arrow is pointing towards Ottumwa, but referee needs, I guess, audible confirmation from the scores table. The ball does go to Ottumwa, which it does. 6 seconds left in this first quarter. Ottumwa trailing by 9. Mellon in the left wing with 2, with 1. Ransom, top of the key 3, drops in at the buzzer. Ransom knocks it down, and a little bit of momentum for Ottumwa as we head to the second quarter. Our score at the end of 1, Fort Madison 12, Ottumwa 6. Back for quarter number 2 after this on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is how we Sonic.
Engage, educate, and empower every student every day. Ottumwa School. Building relationships, foundations for success. Helping every student to achieve their best. Engage, educate, and empower every student every day. Ottumwa Schools.
You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the
2 getting set to get underway here at Evans Middle School as we're welcoming you back to this Saturday night matchup between Fort Madison and Ottumwa. It's 12-6 Fort Madison as we start the second quarter. Ottumwa playing man-to-man on the defensive end is Fort Madison basketball. Boating with the ball fake on the left wing to the top of the key, Ross, who has a game-high 5 thus far. Jenkins hands it back to Ross, who's being guarded closely by Schleckenloth. Baseline drive, a 3 from the right wing. That's no good. Good box out by Ottumwa, but a jump ball is called as Walker was able to slither in and tie up Van Manen, but the possession arrow favors Ottumwa. Ottumwa trails 12-6 with 7:20 remaining in the first quarter. Schneckloth hands off to Guest, who misses the runner from the lane. Another jump ball as there's a tie between Ransom and Boating, and the possession arrow goes to Fort Madison. Head coach Kevin Patterson up off the bench for Ottumwa, saying, get a stop. See if Ottumwa can comply with that request. And looks like they will get a stop. There's a tie-up after a loose ball. Guest got down on the floor to tie up Knipe, and it's Ottumwa basketball. Fort Madison is led by as many as 9 in this game. Ottumwa has 1 field goal so far, a 3-pointer by Ransom at the buzzer to end the first quarter. Hugan, who's checking to the game, gives it back to Ransom at the top of the circle. Now Hugan again, as Fort Madison continues to play their 2-3 zone. Ransom, another 3 from the top of the key. That's in and out. Rebound pulled down by Knipe. Another jump ball called. Knipe can't believe it as Van Manen tied up Knipe. Knipe thought she was fouled. Instead, a jump ball is called, but Fort Madison does get the basketball. Van Manen out of the game for Ottumwa, replaced by Olivia Corum. It remains a 6-point Fort Madison lead. That was our score at the end of the first quarter. 6:28 remains here in quarter number 2. Ross facing off Schneckloth. Dribbles right. Schneckloth still guarding her closely. Good defense by Schneckloth. Now Ross spinning on her and putting it up and in. Good defense initially by Ross, but beg your pardon, by Schneckloth. Better offense by Ross. 14-6 is the Fort Madison lead. 6:04 left in the second quarter. Hugan puts it on the deck. Now a cross-court pass in the right corner for Corum. A runner is too strong. Rebound pulled down on the weak side by Knipe of Fort Madison. Fort Madison now up by 8, looking to run. Ross, good defense by Ottumwa, getting back. She picks up her dribble. Walker driving on Ransom. A tough run-in jumper as she leaned into the body of Ransom and was still able to get the deuce. 6 points for Walker on the night. Fort Madison with their biggest lead of the game, 16-6, with 5:29 remaining in the second stanza. Hugan dribbles all the way to the right side, hands off to Corum. Guest surrounded by Fort Madison players, and she is fouled. There were 4 Lady Hounds around Guest on the right block. She still managed to get a shot up, and she was fouled by Mallory Ross. That is her first. So Guest will shoot free throws 5 and 6 already in this contest. And she'll look to get the first points for Ottumwa here in the second quarter. Guest can't hit the first free throw. Lemons and Melon back in the game for Ottumwa. I think I should get a pat on the back for not making a fruit-related joke there. They replace Hugan and Ransom. Guest with the second free throw. It's an air ball, and the ball goes to Fort Madison. Our score remains 16-6. Fort Madison over Ottumwa with 5:18 remaining in the second quarter. Fort Madison has a lineup of Jenkins, Boating, Ross, Walker, Knipe, and Knipe. That's their 5. We'll give you the Ottumwa 5 once they get the ball back. Ross misses the runner. Lemons with the strong board in traffic for Ottumwa. So it's Lemons, Corum, Guest, that's Schneckloth with the ball, and Mellon, who now has it at the top of the circle. Corum, left side three is good. Ottumwa has 2 field goals in this game. Both have been 3-pointers. One by Ransom and now one by Olivia Corum to make it 16-9 with 4:34 remaining in the second quarter. Walker got fouled on the floor on her way to the hoop. And a foul called against Corum. That's her first. Inbound pass went off the fingertips of Boating, but Ross was able to track it down before it crossed the half-court line. Now crossing over on Corum. Mellon comes over to help. That leaves Boating open for 3 from the corner, but it's no good. And Schneckloth grabs the loose ball for Ottumwa. Schneckloth pushes to Corum on the right side. A lazy pass at the top of the key. It's stolen away by Ross, and she lays it up over Guest. Missed it. Boating got fouled on the putback as she came down with the offensive board. Foul called on Mellon. That's her first. And Boating will go to the line to shoot 2. And she misses the first. 16-9 for Madison is our score. 4:04 remaining in the second quarter. For Madison has led throughout. They've led by as many as 10. A timeout called by Ottumwa. It is a full timeout. So we'll step away for 60 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
At Community First Credit Union, we see how important it is to be the kind of financial partner you can depend on, no matter what. We see that you have plans, goals, hopes, and dreams. We see you need banking tools that are real-time and bankers that are real people. At See First, we see all of these things because at See First, we see you.
You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Boating's second free throw rims out, and a foul on the rebound as Knight fouled Guest, who snagged the board. And so we will have a 1-and-1 on the other end now as Fort Madison is over the foul limit. That's a first foul on Knight. So Guest will head to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Ottumwa has had their chances to get even closer to Fort Madison. They've not been able to cash in at the free throw line, however. So Guest will shoot a 1-and-1. And she makes the front end and to earn the bonus. Ottumwa now in double digits. 16-10 with 4:03 remaining in the second quarter. Second free throw by Guest, and she gets the roll. 2 for 2 for Ann Guest. 4 on the night for her, all from the free throw line. Ottumwa within 5, 16-11. Keep in mind, Fort Madison had their biggest lead of 10 earlier in this quarter. We're halfway through the second quarter. Walker, turnaround jumper, misses from the right block. Rebound out of bounds, off Jenkins of Fort Madison. And it's Ottumwa basketball. Guest ripped off her face mask. She wore a protective covering on for the top part of her face. She's now ripped it off, and she will play maskless. Mellon on the left side to the top of the key. Lemons tried to throw a pass into the post to Guest. It was kicked by Ross of Fort Madison. It stays with Ottumwa. Back into the game comes C for Fort Madison, as well as Ransom for Ottumwa. Ottumwa down by 5, 16-11 with 3:38 remaining in the second quarter. Quorum to Ransom to the left of the key. Bounce pass to Guest in the left corner. Cross court for Schneckloth. Lemons whips a pass inside to Ransom, who's surrounded by Fort Madison players. Now Guest puts it on the deck, lobs it into the right corner to Schneckloth. Puts up a ball fake, now puts it on the deck with the left hand and hands it off to Ransom. 3:07 remaining in the second quarter. Long possession by Ottumwa. A ball fake by Quorum. Splits the double team and hits the runner from the right of the lane. Olivia Quorum has 5 all in this quarter. Ottumwa within 3, 16-13. C can't handle the pass in the left corner, and it goes out of bounds. So an unforced error against Fort Madison. Ottumwa can get to within 1 or perhaps even tie the game with a 3 on this possession. Schneckloth in the left corner puts up a 3. Good! We are tied at 16. A 10-0 Ottumwa run to tie this game. 2:30 remaining in the second quarter. Walker misses the runner. Rebound loose, and Lemons could not save it out of bounds. It stays with Fort Madison. C inbounds for the Lady Hounds. Looking for a teammate. Lobs it to the top of the circle. Ross crossing over on Quorum, now spins. Walker fakes the 3, gets around Lemons, and slithers around Schneckloth as well to get the deuce. Brandy Walker with a game-high 8. Fort Madison back out in front, 18-16. 2:10 remaining in the second quarter. Schneckloth, and a foul away from the ball. Called against Fort Madison, and we will have a 1-and-1 coming up for Ottumwa. Foul called on Walker, that is her first. So 1-1 coming up for Josie Lemons, looking for her first points of the night. Lemons 3 of 7 from the foul line so far this year, and she hits the first. That brings Ottumwa to within 1, 18-17 with 2:06 left in the second quarter. And she knocks down the second free throw. Ottumwa had 6 points at the end of the first quarter. They have scored 12 so far here in the second quarter. That's an achievement because this has been the highest scoring quarter so far this season for Ottumwa. Missing badly from the right corner is Knipe, who tried to put up a 3. It hit the side of the backboard. Quorum brings it back for Ottumwa, and they can break this 18-18 tie. There's been 2 ties, and Fort Madison's been the only team in the lead so far in this ball game. Quorum, right corner, top of the key, Ransom. Guest, she'll tee up a 3. It's an air ball from the left wing. Good effort by Quorum to try to save it, but it went right into the hands of Knipe. Ross pushes for Fort Madison. Good defense by Schneckloth to cut it off. An offensive foul called against Knipe, who threw a forearm into the chest of Guest, who hit the deck. And that's a second foul against Knipe. So even though Fort Madison's above the foul limit, that was a player control foul, so no free throws on the other end for Ottumwa. But they do get the ball, and they have an opportunity to break this 18-18 tie. Quorum into the front court. Now to the right side, deals it to Schneckloth in the corner. She brings it back to the half-court line. Guest in the left corner, driving into the paint. A lot of contact and a late whistle, but it appeared to be the correct call, a foul on Brandy Walker. That's the second foul on Walker. And Guest, who has been just treading a path to the foul line, will shoot 2 more free throws. And Guest knocks it down. This will be free throw number 10 of the game for Guest. Walker out of the game, replaced by Jenkins for Fort Madison. Ottumwa has their first lead of the game thanks to 2 free throws by Guest. They're up by 2, 20-18. Under a minute left to go until halftime. Ross walks it up for Fort Madison. Jenkins to C. She again fumbles it in the left corner. This time she's able to save it, however. And Ross now has it at the top of the circle. Being hounded by Corum, who knocked it away from her, and the Ottumwa bench claps in approval. Ross, zigzagging dribble on the right wing, deals it into the corner to Jenkins. Whips a pass at the top of the circle, travel called on C, who shuffled her feet before she put it on the deck. Another turnover against Fort Madison. Schneckloff back into the game for Ottumwa, replacing Mellon. Ottumwa 20, Fort Madison 18. 29 seconds left until halftime. Corum shovels it off to Guest in the right corner. Schneckloff, extra pass. Corum was open in the left corner, decided not to shoot it. Lemons traveled. Lemons had it, went up with a ball fake, and then before she passed it into the left corner, she dragged that pivot foot and got called for steps. 15 seconds left until halftime. It's 20-18 Ottumwa. A foul on the other end, a moving screen called against Fort Madison. And that's against Delaney C., and that's her second. So Say gets whistled for her second. 8.8 seconds left. Ottumwa up by 2. Ransom to Schneckloff. 3 seconds left. Lemons, top of the key 3. Good if it goes. It's off the side of the rim. And that is the end of the first half. But Ottumwa has the lead going into the locker room as they are vying for their first win of the season. And thanks to their highest scoring quarter of the season thus far, they lead Fort Madison 20-18 at the halftime break. We'll step away for 4 minutes, and when we come back, we'll tell you about the first half. A lot to tell you about in this contest between Ottumwa and Fort Madison. This is Ottumwa basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Our world has changed a lot in a short amount of time, but your health and safety remain our #1 priority. We have the supplies needed and the processes in place to keep you safe. We've implemented visitor restrictions and we are reducing physical contact as much as possible. Patients and employees are required to wear masks for your protection and theirs, and your care team is screened daily. So don't wait to get the care you need. We're here for you today and always.
Wondering what to have for lunch or supper? Stop in and see Mike and his team at Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse. Whether you want amazing Greek food, pasta, salads, sandwiches, fish, chicken, steak, or the best pizza in town, they have what you want. They are always open for carryout, and their full menu is available at Mike'sPizzaSteakhouse.com. Thank you, Southern Iowa, for making Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse your favorite restaurant and your favorite pizza place. Proud to support the Ottumwa Bulldogs.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
Keeping Keeping you, your families, and your businesses connected in these challenging times is now more important than ever. We here at Lisco are dedicated to continue providing the same local customer service we have over the years. Both your business and home internet and phone service is Lisco's priority. Lisco, your local communications provider. Call me, Megan Daly, at 641-209-5400, 641-209-5400, or visit online at www.lisco.com.
At See First, we believe our members deserve financial solutions unlike any other, where the people make you feel appreciated, where you can find the right tools and products at the right price, where high-tech solutions provide serious convenience, not frustration, and where members are so happy they tell their friends. Thank you, See First members. Together really is better.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Welcome back to Evans Middle School, where Ottumwa leads Fort Madison as they're looking for their first win of the season, 20-18. A lot of season highs for Ottumwa in this game. A season-high number of points, as I talked to you about in the second quarter. Their previous high was 11. They scored 14 in the second quarter here tonight, and they trailed at one point for Madison. They trailed them by 10, 16-6, but then Ottumwa closed the half on a 14-2 run to turn the tables, and now they lead Fort Madison by 2 here at the break. Another interesting stat. Coming into tonight, Ottumwa had just 6 3-pointers made in the first 3 games. They've already made 3 in the first half. Olivia Corum, and Guest leads Ottumwa scores with 6. Olivia Corum has 5. Addison Ransom with 4. Chloe Schneckloth with 3. And Josie Lemons has 2. Fort Madison is led by Brandy Walker with 8. Mallory Ross has 7. Camille Cruzy has 2. And Ireland Sargent has 1. The difference, really, not only the 3-point shooting by Ottumwa, an unknown source of offense, or a surprising source of offense, I should say. The difference in foul shooting. Ottumwa 9 of 14 from the foul line. Fort Madison just 4 of 7. Fort Madison fouled early and often in that first half. And usually the way these things go is that sometimes the calls will tilt the other way, and Ottumwa will be the one ending up with a rash of calls. But if Ottumwa can continue to defend without fouling, they'll have a great chance to get their first win of this season. So as I said, Fort Madison led 12-6 at the end of the first quarter, and as I alluded to, Fort Madison led 16-6. So they had a 10-point lead, and Ottumwa was able to erase that here in the second quarter, and now they lead 20-8. They're at 20-18. There have been 2 ties, 1 lead change, and if you're an Ottumwa fan, that's the most important part of it, that 1 lead change. So we'll see if Ottumwa can hang on. They lead 20-18. We'll take a 3-minute timeout, and when we come back, second half action between Ottumwa and Fort Madison on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Keeping you, your families, and your businesses connected in these challenging times is now more important than ever. We here at Lisco are dedicated to continue providing the same local customer service we have over the years. Both your business and home internet and phone service is Lisco's priority. Lisco, your local communications provider. Call me, Megan Daly, at 641-209-5400, 641-209-5400, or visit online at www.lisco.com.
At Dixon's Floors & More, we don't mind being different, as long as the difference is better. With hundreds of brands to choose from, including the largest manufacturers in the industry, we transform the volume of products we carry into lower prices for you. Don't start your project without starting at Dixon's Floors & More.
Mention you saw this video and receive 5% off your entire purchase at Dixon's Floors and More in Ottumwa.
River Community Credit Union is different from other financial institutions, from the safety of your money to who actually owns a credit union. A credit union is a democratic member-owned cooperative. When you join a credit union, you're more than a member, you're an owner, which means you have a say in how your credit union is run. They provide the same products and services as other financial institutions, but are not-for-profit and exist to help people, not to make a profit.
River Community Credit Union, where everybody knows your name.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Wondering what to have for lunch or supper? Stop in and see Mike and his team at Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse. Whether you want amazing Greek food, pasta, salads, sandwiches, fish, chicken, steak, or the best pizza in town, they have what you want. They are always open for carryout, and their full menu is available at Mike'sPizzaSteakhouse.com. Thank you, Southern Iowa, for making Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse your favorite restaurant and your favorite pizza place. Proud to support the Ottumwa Bulldogs.
It's time to experience something new. Like new tech, new options, and new performance upgrades. Polaris gives you the fastest engaging all-wheel drive. The only GPS that lets you plan, track, and share. Ultra-bright LED lights. And exclusive work features you can't get anywhere else. Polaris. Think outside.
Stop into Slayton Polaris, located 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa leads Fort Madison 20-18 as we get set to start the second half. Ottumwa looking for their first win of the campaign, and they are just 16 minutes away from doing so. Very spirited effort by the Bulldogs to close out this 2020 year. So Ottumwa comes out with their starting five: Quorum, Mellon, Ransom, Schneckloth, and Guest. Fort Madison has their starting five as well: Ross, Knipe, Cruzy, Walker, and Boating. Inbound pass comes in to Quorum. Ottumwa wearing white, shooting to the basket to our right here in the second half. Mellon floats a pass to Guest on the left side. Now looking for a teammate as she dribbles to Mellon, and now she gives a pass to Mellon. Nice cut by Ransom, misses the runner from the lane. Offensive rebound by Quorum, she can't get it to go. And now here comes Fort Madison. Walker up ahead to Ross. Bump into Quorum, she misses the shot, but the foul will be called on Olivia Quorum. That is her second. So that's the first foul of this second half. And now Ross will look to tie up the game from the free throw line. And Ross knocks down the first one. If Ross hits this one, this will be the third tie of the game thus far. And with that made free throw, it is now 20-20 with 30 seconds gone from the third quarter. Schneckloth into the front quarter, 2-3 zone being played by Fort Madison on the defensive end. Guest puts it on the deck as she chisels her way towards the basket. Lost it out of bounds. And the ball goes to Fort Madison. That's one thing that Ottumwa has done a good job of if they limited the turnovers in the first half. Now Ross drives to the hoop. And she gets the bucket. Maybe could have gotten the and one as she ran into the arm of Ransom. But Ross, with a quick 4 points, has Fort Madison back out in front, 22-20. Mellon to Ransom, This time, Ransom hits the runner. Nice cut to the basket by Ransom. They've been able to find, Ottumwa has, a bit of a soft spot in that 2-3 zone with Ransom cutting from the left wing into the middle of the paint. And now we're tied at 22. Walker with a jump stop on the baseline drive, and she puts it in. Walker, the first score in double figures with 11, make that 10. And it's 24-22. Ransom misses a 3. Rebound pinballs around. Boating now snags it for Fort Madison. 6:20 left in the third quarter. Lady Hounds look to add to their 2-point lead. A block on the other end, as that was Ransom that erased the attempt by Cruzy in the paint. Guest to Corum. Thought she might have been able to shoot the 3. Ransom will from the left of the key, and she knocks it down. The 3-pointer by Ransom gives her 9 on the night. Ottumwa back out in front, 25-24, with 5:48 remaining in the third quarter. Ross picks up her dribble to Cruzy, to the left of the lane. Back to Ross, crossing over on Corum. Left-handed drive to the paint. A lot of contact, no call. Actually, Mellon hit the deck. And we play on. Referee's letting them play so far here in the second half. Schneckloth to Guest to the right of the key. Mellon thought about the 3 from the left wing, but good closeout by Ross. Corum to Ransom. Schneckloth on the left wing. Ottumwa being very meticulous on this possession, up by 1 with 5:04 remaining in the third quarter. A tie-up as Ransom caught it on the right block, and she was tied up by Ross. Possession arrow goes to Ottumwa. Schneckloth, actually no, and yeah, the referee is correct because Ottumwa got the ball to open the half. I don't think there's been a jump ball since then. And so correctly, the referee says it's Fort Madison basketball. So Fort Madison can reclaim the lead on this possession. Under 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 25-24, the Lady Hounds trail. Ross gets cut off on the drive. Deals it back to Knipe. Top of the key 3 is good. The first basket, beg your pardon, that was Cruzy on the 3. She has 5 in the game. Fort Madison now leads 27-25. Guest short on the 3 from the top of the key. Baseball pass from Cruzy to Ross in the front court, and Ross brings it back out. Ottumwa playing man-to-man. Ross to the right side. Walker driving baseline into the chest of Schneckloth, and an offensive foul is called against Walker. Good job by Schneckloth getting in front of Walker, taking the charge. And so now, Ottumwa can tie or take the lead with a 3 on this possession. 4:13 left to go in the third quarter. It's a 27-25 game. Schneckloth short on the 3 from the right wing. Offensive rebound by Ransom, and she traveled. Good call by the referee as Ransom originally corralled the loose ball, but just dragged that pivot foot. Sargent back into the game for Fort Madison, replacing Walker. Ross brings it back up for Fort Madison, leading by 2, 27-25. Halfway point of and another offensive foul. Halfway point of the third quarter. Schneckloth takes another charge, this time from Sargent. Walker, who Schneckloth took the first charge from, was 5'10". Sargent is 5'2", and it appeared Schneckloth hit the deck harder, taking the charge from the 5'2" player. Sargent back out of the game, and she's replaced by Say. Ottumwa with the ball, down by 2, 3:46 remaining in the second quarter. Lemons back into the game, puts it on the deck with the right hand. Right wing, 3-pointer from Ransom's no good, hit the glass. As she tried to go glass with that 3-point attempt. A foul on the rebound called against Guest of Ottumwa. That is her second. Someone's got to explain to me why Fort Madison only has one team foul on the scoreboard, yet Schneckloth herself took 2 charges as the ball got knocked out of bounds by Schneckloth. And Fort Madison keeps it on the far side. By my count, Fort Madison should have at least 3 fouls, yet scoreboard says that Fort Madison has just 1. Say to Ross, dribbles with the left hand to the cup, and she lays it in. Ross is very slippery, and she's starting to heat up. 6 points in the quarter, 13 in the game. It's a 29-25 Fort Madison lead with 3:13 remaining in the third quarter. Schneckloth hands it off to Mellon. Cross court on the right side to Quorum. Top of the key, Schneckloth. Left wing Mellon fakes the 3, dribbles to the baseline. Runner is way too strong, but there for the weak side rebound is Schneckloth. Timeout, Ottumwa, 30-second timeout. 2:52 left to go in the third quarter. 29-25, Fort Madison leads. Back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa ball, trailing by 4 as we welcome you back to Evans Middle School. Lemons almost traveled in the paint as she caught it in the post. And Lemons missed the shot. The rebound was pulled down by Boating. And Lemons, trying to get the rebound, ended up running into Boating, and she gets called for her first foul. 2:40 left to go in the third quarter. It's a 29-25 Fort Madison lead as they look to add to it on this possession. Ross, and a reach-in foul is going to be called on the baseline drive against Ottumwa. And Olivia Corum gets whistled for her third foul. Inbound pass from Cruzy goes into the hands of Ross. Cruzy in the high post. Back to Ross. Shot fake, spinning right of the lane. Good defense by Corum staying in front of her. Cruzy at the foul line. Say, Boating, left side 3. She knocks it down. That's the first basket of the game for Nadia Boating. And it has been Fort Madison, the stronger team coming out of the second half. They lead now by 7, 32-25 with 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Quorum claps for it, receives it in the right corner, but there to close out is Say. Guest has good positioning in the paint, and she lays it in. That's the first field goal for Guest. She has 8 points on the night. She had great positioning in the paint on Cruzy on that last possession, making it 32-27 with 1:40 remaining in the third quarter. Cruzy got fouled on her way to the hoop. And fouls on Schneckloth. That is her third. 5 team fouls against Ottumwa, just 1 against Fort Madison. Ransom back into the game for Ottumwa, replacing Mellon. Say to inbound for Fort Madison. Looking for a teammate. Gets it into Knipe, drives with the left hand, flips up shot up, but it just grazed the front of the rim. Coming down the rebound is Ransom. Ottumwa brings it back, down by 5. Under 90 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Guest tried to drive on Knight, but she got cut off on the baseline. Cross court for Schneckloth. Three-pointer on the way. Kaboom! Chloe Schneckloth with her second 3 of the ball game. Ottumwa within 2, 32-30. Fort Madison just can't pull away. Say, driving baseline right. Through a double team, puts it in. Wow, nice move by Delaney Say. Her first 2 of the night. And it's a 34-30 ball game. Under a minute left to go in the third quarter. Ransom to Guest. Throws it to a cutting Ransom. Bank shot won't go. from the right block, and rebound pulled down by Knipe. Fort Madison with the ball, 38 seconds left in the third quarter. Cruzy drives, a lot of contact, but no call. She lost it on her way up, and back comes Quorum of Ottumwa. They are letting them play here in the second half. Ransom to Guest in the left wing. Back to Ransom on the left block. Got fouled. Cruzy gets called for a third foul, and Ransom will shoot two. So Fort Madison, led by as many as 10 in this ball game, they pushed their lead up to 7 here in the third quarter after Ottumwa led at halftime, and Ransom gets the roll on the first free throw. Ransom now in double figures with 10. 19 seconds left in the third quarter. One free throw coming up for Ransom to bring Ottumwa within two. Too strong. Knipe with the rebound for Fort Madison. 15 seconds left. Madison at the top of the circle. Right side Say. Drives to the basket, gets cut off. Back up top to Madison with 5 seconds left. Madison backs up to the top of the key with 4. A wild shot for 3 is an air ball. And that is the end of the third quarter. At the end of 3, Fort Madison 34, Ottumwa 31. Back for quarter number 4 after this on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
It's time to experience something new. Like new tech, new options, and new performance upgrades. Polaris gives you the fastest engaging all-wheel drive. The only GPS that lets you plan, track, and share. Ultra bright LED lights. And exclusive work features you can't get anywhere else. Polaris, think outside.
Stop into Slayton Polaris, located 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
At Community First Credit Union, we see how important it is to be the kind of financial partner you can depend on, no matter what. We see that you have plans, goals, hopes, and dreams. We see you need banking tools that are real-time and bankers that are real people. At See First, we see all of these things because at See First, we see you.
You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
And welcome back for fourth quarter action. Ottumwa versus Fort Madison. It is a 34-31 lead as we start the fourth quarter. Ottumwa ball to start things off here in the final stanza. Ransom at the top of the circle. Trying to throw it in the lemons. A whistle called on the pass. And it looks like a foul going against Fort Madison. And it will go against Brandy Walker. That's a big foul. That is her 4th. Schneckloth inbounds to Lemons. Right wing 3 by Ransom. In and out. And a rebound in traffic. Corralled by Knipe of the Lady Hounds of Fort Madison. And a timeout called by Fort Madison. It is a 30-second timeout. Let's step away for 30 seconds. Just getting started here in the third quarter. I beg your pardon, the fourth quarter. 34-31 Fort Madison on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Engage, educate, and empower every student every day. Ottumwa School. Building relationships, foundations for success. Helping every student to achieve their best. Engage, educate, and empower every student every day. Ottumwa Schools.
You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Fort Madison basketball as we continue here in the early stages of the fourth quarter. It is a 34-31 Fort Madison lead, and Ross knocks down a 3 from the left corner. Mallory Ross now with 16 points on the night. Fort Madison up by 6, 37-31 with 7:07 remaining. Ransom catches it on the right block. Nice spin to the middle, and she banks it in. Ransom spun to the middle, and she was surrounded by 3 Lady Bloodhounds. However, none were where she spun, and she managed to flip in the deuce. 37-33. Boating hits the runner and won. Nadia Boating, who was shut out in the first half, hit a 3 in the third quarter. Now look to get a 3 the hard way from the foul line. Foul called on Mellon. That is her second. Big foul there is that it's team foul number 6 for Ottumwa. So for the remainder of this game, 6:47. Fort Madison will be in the bonus. Boating misses the free throw. However, Knipe tracks down the loose ball for Fort Madison. Cruzy hits the floater in the lane, and it's a 3-point trip for Fort Madison. Now up by 8, 41-33 with 6:30 remaining. Ransom to Guest. Quorum to Mellon. Jumper from the free throw line is no good. And the rebound, referee says, went off Mellon, out of bounds to Fort Madison. 6:22 left. Fort Madison up by 8 with the ball. Ross dribbles right, an open alley to the lane, and by the time a defender got in front of her, she was well into the paint. And the foul's called on Guest. That is her third. Ross to the line to shoot 2. So Ross with the game high 16. Knocks down the first free throw. Ross, as I said at the top of the broadcast, Fort Madison's leading scorer at 23 a game. Points have been very hard to come by here in this ball game. And Ross makes it 2 for 2. Fort Madison has matched their biggest lead of the game at 10, 43-33 with 6:13 remaining in the fourth quarter. Guest on the left wing, top of the key, Lemons. Looking over the 2-3 zone being played by Fort Madison. Guest for 3, got it! And Guest knocks down her first triple of the night to make it 43-36. Ottumwa within 7 as they try to hang around. Cruzy gives up to Sargent, zigzagging on Guest. Boating fakes the 3, mid-range jumper, no good from the left wing. Nice rebound by Schneckloth. Back comes Ottumwa, down by 7 with 5:35 remaining. Schneckloth slows it down. Ottumwa has scored 36 points in this game. They came into this game averaging 25 a contest, so this is a season high for them. But they'll need a whole lot more if they want to come out with their first win of the season. Ransom into the front of the lane, misses from the paint, and rebound tipped into the hands of Ross. Ross speeds into the front court, and a foul called. I believe that will be Lemons who gets called for the block. 2 free throws coming up for Ross. That's the second foul on Josie Lemons. First free throw by Ross is nothing but net. That makes it a 44-36 Fort Madison lead. Just over 5 minutes remaining. Ross makes it 2 for 2. Fort Madison 45, Ottumwa 36. 5 minutes straight up left to go. And Guest trying to throw it to the top of the key to Ransom. Now a loose ball in the right wing, beg your pardon, the left wing. Corralled by Fort Madison. That was Knipe coming away with the pilfer. Cruzy, mid-range jumper on the other end, no good. Two-handed rebound, pulled down by Lemons of Ottumwa. Ottumwa with the ball down by 9. Schneckloth in the right corner. Picks up her dribble, whips it cross court to Guest. Lemons catches the ball in heavy traffic. Will it be a reach-in or a jump ball? Referees will huddle up and try to figure this out. It is a jump ball, and the possession arrow goes to Fort Madison. Technical foul called against Ottumwa head coach Kevin Patterson. He did not like the fact that it took the officials so long to try to figure out whether they wanted to call a foul or a jump ball. The ruling was not to his liking. He said something he probably should not have said. And now Mallory Ross, who has hit every single free throw she shot today. She is 7 of 7 from the line. She'll shoot 2. And Ross makes the first. Key point in this ball game, that free throw by Ross has Fort Madison matching their biggest lead of the game, and Ross misses the second free throw, but Fort Madison does get the ball. So technical foul on Coach Patterson. And now a timeout called by Fort Madison with 4:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. It is a 46-36 Fort Madison lead. It is a full timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
I'm Mark Frymoyer, owner of Champion Bowl. Winter got you feeling cooped up? Break out and come to Champion Bowl. We have a full bar and a great menu. Hang out in the lounge. Let us cook for you. Celebrate birthdays and special events. Call us at 682-8005 to help set up your next big event. We look forward to seeing you at Champion Bowl in Ottumwa, where bowling is fun. Open every day at 10 and at noon on Sunday. Follow us on Facebook for specials and events.
You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
4:18 left to go in the fourth quarter. It's a 46-36 Fort Madison lead. And the Lady Hounds have the basketball as well as Ottumwa looks to get a stop on the defensive end and mount a comeback. Knipe hands it off to Walker, driving baseline from the right side, got fouled as she put up the shot by an incredulous Addison Ransom. That's the second foul on Ransom. Walker will shoot 2 for Fort Madison. This is her first trip to the foul line. And Walker can't hit the first free throw. Sargent is back into the game for Fort Madison, replacing Knipe. Walker, a 36% foul shooter coming into tonight. And Walker misses both. Rebound by Corum of Ottumwa. Ottumwa needs to hurry, trailing by 10. We're past the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Guest, cross-court pass, knocked out of bounds by Sargent. Good defense by the 5'2" Sargent of Fort Madison. Now Schneckloth inbounds for Ottumwa. Corum looks over that 2-3 zone. Fort Madison has played that throughout this contest. Guest on the left wing. Holds it, now dribbles. Left corner Schneckloth. Fort Madison has matched their biggest lead of the ball game. Lemons going for the offensive foul on the right block as she tried to put her shoulder down and try to get a little space in the post. She gets called for the offensive foul. That is her third. And with 3:27 remaining in the fourth quarter, Fort Madison with the ball up 46-36. Ross to the right side. Cruzy finds Walker in the paint. Then Walker gets 2. Brandy Walker now with 12. And it's a 12-point Fort Madison lead, their biggest of the game, 48-36. 3:05 remaining. in the fourth quarter. Lemons. To the left side, Guest. Top of the key, Ransom. Puts it on the deck as she goes right into the chest of Walker. No call as Walker went flying. Ransom misses the shot. Back comes Fort Madison. A curious no call considering there was an offensive foul just moments ago on that end. Ross for three. That's a bit too strong. Nice rebound by Lemons of Ottumwa. Ottumwa has to hurry, trailing by 12 with 2:25 remaining. Schneckloth. She casts up a three. That's off the front of the rim, and the rebound is pulled down on the weak side by Cruzy, who was fouled. And it was either by Ransom or Lemons, and the foul's called against Ransom. That is her third. We should have free throws on the other end, and we will. As Ottumwa now with 10 fouls. That puts Fort Madison in double bonus. So Cruzy, who has 7 points so far today, will shoot 2. High arcing first free throw, but it bounces off the front of the rim. Second free throw by Cruzy, off the back of the rim. Guest gets the rebound, and she is bumped by Sargent of Fort Madison. Sargent can't believe the call. That is her fourth. And that's the 16th foul against Fort Madison, so Ottumwa will be in the bonus on the next Fort Madison foul, but the Bulldogs do trail by 12 with 2:10 remaining. Ransom to Guest. Flows a pass to Ransom, it's stolen. Sargent brings it back for Fort Madison, and beg your pardon, that wasn't Ransom, that was Ross. Or I wasn't Sargent, that was Ross that got the theft and was pushing. And the foul's called on Lemons. That is her fourth. So Ross back to the line to shoot 2 more free throws. She has, with that made free throw now, 22 points on the night. Beg your pardon, that's 23 now for her. And she makes them both. (51-46) Fort Madison, under 2 minutes left to go. Ottumwa has given it a great effort so far tonight, but looks like they may come up short in their quest for their first win of the season. Quorum on the right side. Double teamed, puts it on the deck. Now caught up in the straitjacket as she gives it up to Lemons. Three-pointer on the way from the right wing. An air ball. Cruzy up ahead to Ross. And Ross slows things down. Fort Madison will look to just chew up clock as we are at 1:24 remaining. Fort Madison leading 51-36. Cruzy crossing over on Ransom to Sargent. Now Walker being bodied up by Lemons, no call. Ross gives it up to Cruzy, hands it back to Ross on the right side. Now under a minute left to go in the fourth quarter. And now a foul called as Schneckloth reached in as Ross tried to receive a handoff from Cruzy. That's the fourth foul on Schneckloth. Ross to shoot 2. And if Fort Madison can hit their free throws, they will close out this win and go to 5-1 on the season. And Ross makes the first. A reverse of fortunes in the first half. Ottumwa were the ones making or taking all the foul shots. Here in the second half, it's been all Fort Madison. Another 2 free throws knocked down by Ross. She now has 25 on the night, and it's a 52-36 Fort Madison lead. 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guest. Cross court on the right side to Schneckloth. Back to Guest at the top of the circle. Looking over the 2-3 zone. Quorum to Ransom. Top of the key 3. Off the front of the rim. And coming out with the rebound is Cruzy, who hands it off to Boating. And now it's in the hands of Ross. So Ottumwa made Fort Madison work for it, and they gave them trouble, as the Bulldogs did have the lead at halftime, but in the second half, Fort Madison was able to take control, and they'll run off the final 10 seconds of this ball game and come away with the road win. And now a foul called near the half-court line against Ransom, who fouled Cruzy. That's the fourth foul on Ransom. So Cruzy goes back to the line to shoot two with 5.6 seconds left. And Cruzy can't hit the first free throw. Ottumwa scoring just 2 points here in the fourth quarter, really short-circuiting in their chances to shock Fort Madison and win their first game of the season. 4 seconds left, 3 seconds left. Ransom, one more shot before the buzzer, partially blocked out of bounds, and the game is over. So that will do it from here in Ottumwa, where Fort Madison defeats the Bulldogs by the final score of 53-36. We'll take a break, and when we return, we'll tell you all about this one. As Ottumwa gave Fort Madison the game, it was a game where not quite as, the game was closer than the score indicated, that's for sure. But Fort Madison does come away with a 53-36 win. We'll be back in 4 minutes on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Coal Palace Cafe and Books invites you to stop in and try their real, not fast, fresh, never frozen, made in-house menu, which is sure to satisfy. Start your day with their fresh brewed coffee or one of their specialty drinks and a delicious breakfast. Stop in for a cup of one of their homemade soups, a sandwich, or salad for lunch. Don't forget dessert. At Coal Palace Cafe and Books, your purchases help our neighbors with disabilities learn valuable job skills. Check out their gently used books while you wait. That's Coal Palace Cafe and Books at 226 West Main Street, Ottumwa.
Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
Our world has changed a lot in a short amount of time, but your health and safety remain our #1 priority. We have the supplies needed and the processes in place to keep you safe. We've implemented visitor restrictions and we are reducing physical contact as much as possible. Patients and employees are required to wear masks for your protection and theirs, and your care team is screened daily. So don't wait to get the care you need. We're here for you today and always.
At Dixon's Floors and More, we don't mind being different, as long as the difference is better. With hundreds of brands to choose from, including the largest manufacturers in the industry, we transform the volume of products we carry into lower prices for you. Don't start your project without starting at Dixon's Floors and More.
Mention you saw this video and receive 5% off your entire purchase at Dixon's Floors and More in Ottumwa.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
And welcome back to Evans Middle School, where Ottumwa falls to Fort Madison by the final score of 53 to 36. In a game where it's not quite as close as the score indicated. The final margin, of course, is 17, but Ottumwa led at halftime, and Fort Madison led just by 3 in the third quarter, but it was a 19-5 Fort Madison fourth quarter that allowed the Lady Hounds to pull away and close out this ball game. A lot of good positives that Ottumwa could take out of this game, however. As I said during the game, Ottumwa averaged just under 25 points a game. They ended up scoring 36 today. They came into this game, having knocked down 6 3-pointers the entire season. They, meaning Ottumwa, had 6 3-pointers in this game alone. So they doubled their output from three-point land in this game alone. So that's a good positive as well. They had the lead at halftime and also in the third quarter. The lead changed quite a few times. We had 4 ties and 4 lead changes, but as I said, Fort Madison just was able to pull away in that fourth quarter. The difference, really, the free throws. And Ottumwa went 11 of 16 from the free throw line in the first half, but they did not shoot a single free throw. Beg your pardon. They went 9 of 14 in the first half. They went 11-16 in the game. They shot just 2 free throws after halftime. Fort Madison shot 19 free throws after the break. They went 13 of 26. The main person getting to the line was Mallory Ross, who had a game-high 25 points, and she shot, 11 of 12 from the free throw line. So she was an early and often visitor to the charity stripe. She led, as I said, Mallory Ross with a game-high 25, led all scorers. Brandy Walker had 12 for Fort Madison. Camille Cruzy with 7, Nadia Boding with 5, Delaney Say with 2, and Ireland Sargent had 1 point. Ottumwa was led by Addison Ransom, who had 12 points, and Guest had 11. Chloe Schneckloth had 6. Olivia Corum had 5. And Josie Lemons had 2. And as I said, it was just the case of Ottumwa running out of gas in the second half, in particular the fourth quarter, and Fort Madison was able to pull away and defeat Ottumwa 53 to 36. So thanks to Jason Van Arkel for allowing me to come in and actually fill in for him, so I could call a little bit more basketball. Ottumwa, although they gave a good effort, I was hoping I could be a good charm for the Bulldogs, but they were unable to pull it out. So this will be the last game of the 2020 season. We will see you back in 2021. Once again, our final score: Ottumwa falls to Fort Madison by the final score of 53 to 36. The Lady Hounds of Fort Madison improved to 5-1. Ottumwa drops to 0-4. We would like to thank you for making us a part of your Saturday evening. We will be back with you in 2021 for more basketball action on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network. In the meantime, for Ann Argo, as well as Brandon back at our Ottumwa studios, this is Ellis Kojo wishing you and yours a very happy and safe holiday season. This has been Ottumwa Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.